I've recently gotten the platinum trophies on Black Ops 6, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and even GTA 3 the definitive edition. And since being a trophy hunter is also about challenging yourself, I decided it was time for a challenge. So that's why I'm going to be getting the platinum trophy on Ready or Not is a game developed by Void Interactive and was fully released on PC back in 2023, but was also in early access starting as early as 2021. And this year, on July 15th, they launched a console port for the PS5 and Xbox Series X with fully functioning crossplay. And with this, there's been some controversy regarding the censorship of the game. I'm gonna be honest, if this bothers you that bad, you might need to find another hobby. But anyways, since I was already enjoying the game on the PC version, I figured it was only right for me to go for the platinum trophy. Before initially going for this platinum, I was unaware of the difficulty rating people were putting it at, but it turns out Ready or Not is considered to be an 8 out of 10 difficulty and can take up to 80 hours to complete. Ready or Not has a total of 39 trophies, including the platinum, a part of the base game, and also an additional 18 trophies tied to the 2 DLCs, which brings us to a total of 57 trophies to obtain. I honestly had my work cut out for me with this game, and definitely got the challenge I was looking for. I also wanted to add another challenge on myself by doing everything completely solo. To start things off, we did some training. Not only did this teach me the basics of the game, like how to shoot, use my gadgets, or even just command my teammates, but we will also receive 2 different trophies during this. First arrest, as well as practice makes perfect. Oh, first arrest. Okay. Practice makes perfect. Complete training. That was honestly pretty easy. And with the training course out of the way, it was time for the real action of Ready or Not, which would involve me having to beat all 18 missions on the hard difficulty, which will give us the trophy I'm Too Old for This. But we will also be working on some of the mission-based trophies where we needed to receive certain ratings upon completing those missions. Now, this game does have some really dark lore, and I mean like really fucked up shit, but I won't be deep diving into it since I don't really know enough about it to explain it properly. But just know we are taking care of some really messed up people. To sum things up though, we are a part of a SWAT team in the city of Los Sueños, a fictional Los Angeles. And there's just a lot of bad things happening here. I really don't know why people would want to live here. We deal with various things like creeps, psychopaths, crackheads. I mean, the list just goes on. But that's why we have the LSPD to try and stop it. In our first mission, Thank You Come Again, we are responding to a gas station robbery where our suspects are known to be very hostile. And they may have had some of the Heisenberg specialty. But once completing all of the objectives, like rescuing all of the civilians and handling all of the suspects, we got our first A+ rating. With the next mission, 23 megabytes a second, the LSPD SWAT team is assigned to respond to a call involving an apartment complex where the main suspect, Michael Williams, has supposedly killed his mother and also holding his little brother hostage. Now, this did take me a couple of tries to get the desired rating to add progress to the trophy, The Exploited, that we will get later on, but it turns out that Michael actually didn't kill his mother and was just swatted by one of his viewers on his live stream. But this did end up revealing the dark CP ring that he seemed to be involved in. Remember, I said that there is a lot of fucked up shit in this game. Our next mission, Twisted Nerve, basically just has us raiding a meth lab. This mission did end up taking me a few attempts. There's gotta be more. I was doing so good. No. But we also did manage to obtain a couple of trophies during this mission. One being Walnut Warrior for ordering my squad to breach a door 20 times. Oh, Walnut Warrior. I already did that, and I'm only on the 3rd mission. As well as Arrest Warrant for arresting 50 suspects or civilians. Oh, arrest warrant. Nice. But on my 5th attempt, we finally cleared the mission with a B rating. In the next mission, The Spider, it involves us raiding a quote-unquote talent agency that is suspected to be involved in the CP ring, requiring us to apprehend a guy named George Brixley. And similar to previous missions, this did take a few attempts to get right. But we did end up collecting another trophy called Peeping Tom, which was for using the mirror gun under 30 doors. Oh. Peeping Tom. Use the mirror gun 30 times under a door. And with this mission only taking 4 tries, we finished the mission with a B rating. In the mission A Lethal Obsession, we are looking to arrest a man named Gerard Scott, who has a warrant for his arrest for supposedly murdering 5 police officers. What a psycho. This is probably one of the shortest missions within the game, but it can also be one of the buggier ones as well. But once completing it on our second try, we got our A rating. We get to the mission IDs of March, where a group calling themselves the Left Behind are attempting to assassinate a politician. And well, it didn't go smoothly. Between the countless deaths and having my whole team obliterated, this might be the worst run I've ever had. Oh my entire team is dead. I struggled a bit with this mission, but within all of those failures, we did add 3 more trophies to our collection. Oh, the magician. Arrest a down suspect only to find out they were faking it. I'll take it. Mahogany masochist? I probably just butchered that, but command your squad to breach a door 50 times. I can't believe I've already done that. Oh, silly string. Cool. Disarm 10 tripwires. And even though we did struggle on this mission, we did manage to get an A+ rating. We move on to the mission Sinuous Trail, where we are assigned to raid a data storage facility that is basically distributing CP that we discovered in the mission 20 megabytes a second. And due to these security guards being absolutely locked in, we did struggle once again with this mission. Damn. What the fuck? But we did finally manage to complete this mission with a B rating, as well as get the trophy Arrest for the Wicked for arresting 100 suspects or civilians. Oh, Arrest for the Wicked. Arrest 100 suspects or civilians. Boom. Another easy trophy done. I'll take a B. In this next mission, Ends of the Earth, we are assigned to raid a house that is suspected to be making illegal weapons. And this mission is actually really sad and just kind of messed up. But apparently these individuals are doing this to help pay for their mother's cancer treatments as well as pay off their debt. And luckily this mission is pretty easy to do, and I also got an unexpected trophy at the start of the mission. Due process. Incapacitate a suspect with a C2 charge. I didn't even know he was there. Where is he? Oh, he's right here. Bro, you should have just got down. But once finally bringing order to chaos, we finished the mission with an A rating. With 8 missions completed and 10 trophies added to our collection, I was feeling pretty confident with completing this game on hard difficulty solo. But sadly enough, that confidence changed once we got to our next mission, Greased Palms. In this mission, we are raiding a postal service that has apparently been used to smuggle weapons and firearms for the gang called Los Locos. And it couldn't be that bad, right? Well, it is. It really is. In fact, it really almost made me want to quit doing this platinum trophy. I was losing my sanity doing this mission. Look, all I'm gonna say is everybody hard until they play Greased Palms on hard difficulty. For some reason in this mission, the AI awareness is ramped up to the max. I mean, these guys literally have the most outrageous reaction time I have ever seen. I'm talking John Wick levels of reaction time and gun skill. And even if they see a pixel of you or your team, you are going to get lit the fuck up. These guys are just next level. So if you couldn't tell, I struggled bad with this mission. And after dying 7 times already within a 30-minute period, we did, however, manage to snag a trophy for using the lockpick gun on 20 doors. Alright, click from 3, 4 is binding. Unlock 20 doors using the lockpick gun. I guess at least I got a trophy. Oh, and I died immediately after. I just do not understand what is happening. And I didn't just die this one extra time. It kept adding up. In fact, I'll just give you a visual counter on screen just to show you how many attempts I went through during this mission. But once we got to the 15th attempt, something was different. It wasn't just my average run of just getting obliterated 10 seconds into the mission. And I was honestly in something I like to call a flow state. And then the absolutely unthinkable happened. I died. Oh my god. 14 out of 21 suspects secured. I think that is the best I've done so far. This is brutal. And this was probably my best attempt yet. Sure, I felt defeated, but we kept going. And even though in the back of my mind the thought of giving up was there, I pushed through and died like an extra 15 times. Yeah, by the 31st attempt, I was losing it. How are they already... Oh my... You've got to be fucking kidding me, man. Oh, and you'll never guess. I died again. Okay. Yep. Sure. It's like, oh my god. But I kept trying over and over and over and over again until we reached a total of 45 attempts. Yeah, I was ready to give up. I mean, I went through countless numbers of squad members during this. Between them having to either go to therapy constantly due to stress or ultimately getting killed because of my poor leadership, something about the 46th attempt just worked and we got that flow state once again. I developed a strategy where I worked my way through the left and right side of the map, clearing every section and just easing my way into the main building. And then we had just done it. We brought order to chaos. And the sense of relief after completing this was just something unimaginable. Oh my god. I did it. Oh my god, I did it. Oh my god. Not to mention, we also got an A+ rating on this mission, which I was very proud of. Oh my god, and I got an A on it too. Thank god. Oh my god, it's over. And that was one of the hardest, if not the hardest mission finally completed. We move on to the mission Valley of the Dolls. And well, this is where the story gets extremely dark. In this mission, we get sent to arrest a man that is profiting off of the CP ring. A man named Amos Val, who is known to be involved in the porn industry and has just went to even more extremes. Yeah, this guy is a piece of shit. And after a few attempts, we finally found our groove on this mission, putting Amos in prison and also getting the trophy, the Exploited, for completing the storyline involving the CP ring. Oh, the Exploited. Complete the Spider, Valley of the Dolls, Sinuous Trail, and 23 megabytes a second at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. I'll take it. Now, with one group of awful people put away, or even put 6 feet under, I mean, honestly, fuck anybody that worked with those guys. They're just pieces of shit too. We move on to another section of the game involving some more serious acts of terrorism, which will bring us to the mission Elephant. In this mission, we are sent to a community college that has an active school shooting. This mission isn't necessarily difficult, but it does require you to be quick. We have a total of 4 active shooters in the school, as well as 2 bombs that they planted. I never really had a problem with getting the bombs, but I always struggled to find the last shooter that was really bad about executing hostages. No! Oh my fucking god, man. I couldn't find him. Resulting in my rating to be too low to get progress towards the trophy, the Decaying City, which we will obtain later on. But I did have the opportunity to get the trophy Fool Me Once, which was for defusing the bombs within 2 minutes of defusing the first one, which we got this during our 3rd attempt. Oh. Fool Me Once. On Elephant, defuse the second bomb within 2 minutes after defusing the first bomb on standard difficulty or higher. Nice. And once I got to my 7th attempt, that is when I finally completed the mission and got our A rating. We make our way to the mission Rust Belt, where we are just on the edge of the Mexican border. We've basically been assigned to go to this ranch that seems to be operating a smuggling ring for their drugs, money, and even people. And well, since this is highly illegal, we put a stop to it. With this mission only taking 4 attempts, we travel through the vast tunnels, collecting evidence and putting down multiple Los Locos members before finally completing the mission with a B rating and completing the storyline for the war on drugs. Oh, sweet. We got a trophy, the war. Complete Thank You Come Again, Rust Belt, and Twisted Nerve at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. And we got a B rating. Sins of the Father is our next mission, and this one takes place in a hotel. They left behind are basically holding a senator's family hostage and threatening their lives until their demands are met. And well, as being the great SWAT team that we are, we just couldn't let this happen. So we raided the hotel. And of course, I had to die in the most unfortunate way possible. And also get shot down a couple of times, but on the 4th attempt we did manage to get a trophy. Oh, door kickers. Have 2 officers with an active kicker trait assigned to the roster and kick a door open in any mission. I didn't actually kick a door, but I'll take it. As well as secure the situation and get a B rating for this mission. With the mission Neon Tomb, we encounter some more serious acts of terrorism. The US military essentially bombed a known terrorist in Yemen, and a group called The Hand have acted out on this matter and have essentially done a mass shooting in a nightclub. Oh, and we also get introduced to people with bomb vests in this mission. But after 4 attempts go by, we have one of the saddest goes at this mission. Okay, wow. I was in the mission for like 30 seconds. Literally. Yeah, I kind of suck at video games. And after another 5, we run into a bug that I have never experienced until now. I'm about to just blow this bitch up. I'm gonna kind of have to because she's bugged anyways. Okay, I guess GG's. But after one more attempt at this mission, we managed to finally complete this mission and get a B rating. Next up in the mission Buy Cheap, Buy Twice, we are sent to a car dealership where the Los Locos and Russian Mafia are trafficking guns. There are reportedly already multiple officers down, so we have to exercise extreme caution. And if I had to be honest, this is one of those simpler missions where we just really have to save civilians that are trapped inside and also take down remaining suspects. And 3 attempts later, we clean up this mission with a B rating. Carriers of the Vine was another mission similar to Grease Palms that I was stuck on for quite some time. In this mission, we are sent to a strange farm that seems to be ran by these crazy cult ladies that absolutely hate men. And apparently they have taken one of the police officers a part of the LSPD. And in this mission, you never really find this police officer, so it's really unclear on what these psychotic women did to him or where they left him. But man, was this mission painful. Just like in the mission Grease Palms, I am going to provide you guys with an attempt counter just to show you the struggle. For some reason, these ladies had the aim of X Special Forces or something, because I was just getting put down left and right. And after dying 11 times, we managed to pop the trophy, Say Hello to My Little Friend. Say hello to my little friend. Stun enemies with any M320 30 times. Works for me, even though I didn't even shoot it through the door. And you guessed it. And I died immediately. Jesus, man. This mission is unbelievably difficult. As I continued trying over and over again, on the 15th try, they somehow managed to kill one of their own, and it counted as a civilian being killed. And let's just say I wasn't too happy about this. They just killed their own civilian. Oh my god, man. That's not even on me. Oh, I want to do it so bad. You know what? I forgot that they do that if you do that. And on the very next attempt, I got hit with the worst possible timing.
I can't wait to watch you die slowly.
Yeah, whatever. What the fuck? Oh my god, bro. By my 18th try at this mission, I was starting to get frustrated. So I took this terrible start and improvised by getting a trophy I knew I could get easily. The devil. Use a secret command for your SWAT team. Kill me command. Like, I might as well, bro. But this wasn't the last time that I failed. I added 7 more failures to this counter, with this mission taking me 26 tries before I actually even completed it. This mission was nearly a sequel to the Greased Palms mission, and it was honestly just getting miserable. But we did manage to get our B rating and yet another trophy added to the collection. Finally, the Left Behind. Complete the Carriers of the Vine, Sins of the Father, IDs of March, and a Lethal Obsession at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. It only took me like 20 plus attempts. Relapse is another one of those just really fucked up missions in Ready or Not. This takes place right after the incident at the nightclub, and we haven't seen the last of the Hand. In fact, they are trying to prevent one of the shooters a part of the shooting at the nightclub from going into police custody. city. And how did they do this, you ask? By committing another terrorist attack inside of a hospital where their leader is due to the injuries that he got from the nightclub incident. And not only do some of the enemies have bomb vests again, but they also have planted 2 bombs within each side of the hospital, and we need to defuse those. We can also get the trophy Fool Me Twice for defusing both bombs within 2 minutes of each other, but we will worry about that later on. And in typical fashion, I did struggle with this mission at first, like I always do, and I did manage to complete this mission one time with a D rating, but in order to get the trophy The Decaying City, I was going to need to do better than that. So after another 5 attempts, on our 14th go at the mission, I managed to complete it with a B rating, also getting us our trophy. Oh my god, I think I did it. The Decaying City, let's go! Complete Elephant Relapse and Neon Tomb at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. Ah, I'll take it, let's go. One more mission on hard. And after multiple days of grinding the hard difficulty, we finally reached the final mission of Ready or Not. Hide and Seek, where the LSPD are tipped off about a large shipment of weapons moving through one of the ports in Los Sueños. So we are sent to apprehend the suspects and put a stop to it. And similar to just about every other mission in this game, it was challenging and took various attempts, but not nearly as much as Grease Palms. But in all honesty, this mission did take me 15 tries to actually successfully complete. And honestly, this mission has one of the most fucked up twists I've ever seen. It turns out that the Russian mafia and Los Locos are not just trafficking weapons. They're trafficking people, specifically girls. And the worst part is we don't even get to save these women. Just listen to this conversation.
Talk. We have a container full of women. We need Thames down here right now.
Copy that. Entry team. EFTs and trailers are... This is FISA. Stand down and shut that door, entry team. We're sending a unit to secure the container and its contents.
What? We're not leaving them like this.
Close the doors. Unless you want to interfere with a federal investigation, I suggest you shut the door and lock it behind you. Do your job and proceed with your mission. Understood?
Understood. Put the other guy back on. We'll talk later.
No, we won't be. FISA out.
And after finding out the real truth to this absolutely messed up city, we completed the mission with a C+ rating, getting us not 1 trophy, but 2. Oh, I'm too old for this. Let's go. Complete all base game missions on hard difficulty in any game mode. And then we also got the Abducted. Complete Buy Cheap, Buy Twice, Hide and Seek, Ends of the Earth, and Grease Palms at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. But I did all of them on hard, so let's go. With the entire roster of 18 missions completed, I still had plenty to do. Not only did I have the 2 DLCs to play through, but I also had all of the S ranks to go for. Not to mention the cleanup of all the miscellaneous trophies, and even the Ironman Mode playthrough, which would give us 2 trophies if we did both in one playthrough. So assuming this would be the hardest thing to go for, I wanted to get this out of the way as soon as possible. The 2 trophies tied to the Ironman Mode are the World for simply completing the mode, and the Hermit for completing the mode but never losing an officer. This means no officers dying or even quitting due to high stress. So I had to be better about managing my team and send them to therapy if they had any high stress. And since the Ironman Mode is essentially a permadeath mode, I figured I was in for a challenge. But it seriously wasn't that bad. There were a couple of workarounds you could do to guarantee that you won't lose all of your progress, such as backing up your save or even closing the game before it registers that you failed. And yes, I did use this a couple of times because I didn't want to have to go through everything again. Whether that was because of AIs being bugged to where we couldn't arrest them, or because of my officers dying in the dumbest ways possible. If it's that big of a deal, you can cry about it in the comments. But overall, the game mode itself was incredibly easy, so I really went through it without any issues. My strategy for this revolved around me using the flash grenade launcher and having all of my officers using lethal weapons. That way, if we needed to put down any suspects, we wouldn't have to risk anyone dying. I also managed to get the Fool Me Twice trophy on the mission Relapse. Oh, Fool Me Twice. On Relapse, defuse a second bomb within 2 minutes after defusing the first bomb on standard difficulty or higher. Completely accidental, but it works. And 18 minutes later, I finished my Ironman Mode playthrough and got both trophies. Holy shit, I did it. The World And the Hermit. Oh my god, let's go. Complete Ready or Not in Ironman mode without losing a single officer on standard difficulty or higher, and then obviously completing Ironman mode. Let's go! Now that more of the challenging things are done, it was time for me to dive into the DLCs. Ready or Not has a total of 2 DLCs, that being Home Invasion and Dark Waters. And even though these DLCs are both really cool experiences and I really did enjoy them, I'm going to very quickly explain each mission. We also will be getting trophies for completing each mission, and just as a side note, I did play all of these on hard just to give myself more of a challenge. In the first mission, Dorms, we are basically clearing out an abandoned dormitory that the homeless and crackheads have taken over to take shelter from a hurricane, as well as use more of that Heisenberg specialty. And after getting gunned down a couple of times by crackheads,
Do it now! Get down!
she said, eat my ass? What? And not paying attention to door traps. How did that work? What? We finally finished this mission, also getting us our first DLC trophy. Back to school. Complete dorms at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. Moving on to the mission Narcos, one of the LSPD officers that is undercover has his cover blown, resulting in the Los Locos gang attacking his home. So we have to save him before the worst can happen to him. This is probably my favorite mission from the DLC due to the atmosphere and the layout of it. And since I suck at video games, we did die a few times. But on the 4th try, after going from house to house, we finally found the informant and brought order to chaos, also awarding us with another trophy. Cut to Pieces. Complete Narcos at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. In the final mission of the Home Invasion DLC, Lawmaker, eco-terrorists have taken a family hostage, including the household staff, due to a lobbyist having connections to the oil industry. And for whatever reason, this mission was the hardest of the 3. These guys were just hyper aggressive and would constantly grab hostages. So between them executing innocent people, or even just putting me out of my misery, this mission took me a good amount of time to complete. And after failing 9 other times, on my 10th attempt, I finally saved the family and all of the staff members in the house, also awarding us with another trophy. Panic Room. Complete Lawmaker at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. That was a lot harder than I was expecting. With one DLC done, it was time to move on to the Dark Waters DLC, which consisted of some of the most unique missions within Ready or Not, in my opinion. We started off with the mission Mirage at Sea, and I'm gonna be honest, I hated this mission. Ultimately because it felt as if you had to complete this mission with only one playstyle to be successful, which was non-lethal. The main suspect we have to arrest is quite honestly annoying. Basically, anytime the security is alerted of your presence, he will have the guards take hostages and just execute them. It also doesn't help that no matter what, he will never give up and he will just run away from you if you even try to arrest him. Mind you, arresting him is a main objective. So after attempting this 15 times with running and gunning and just trying to be as fast as possible, I realized that it just wasn't working. And once I threw on the flash grenade launcher, the most OP weapon in the game, I managed to beat the mission finally and also obtain 2 trophies for doing so. The Dog's Heads. Complete Mirage at C on standard difficulty or higher. It only took me 16 tries and was way easier once using the grenade launcher. Party Crasher. During Mirage at C, apprehend Sahid before the order is given to murder civilians and no civilians are killed on standard difficulty or higher. I didn't even know that was a trophy. Alright, I'll take it. The next mission, Leviathan, takes place on an oil rig, which I thought was a really cool idea for a mission. In this mission, more eco-terrorists are involved and end up taking the lives of many oil rig workers, as well as holding some of them hostage. Oh, and they also had the bright idea to live stream the whole thing. And just to show you how psychotic these people are, oh my, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, I don't really get what is wrong with these guys. But even though this was one of the more complex missions to work around and sometimes having me die within the first minute of the mission, I did manage to beat this mission in only 5 attempts, getting us our 3rd trophy from this DLC. The Meek and the Earth. Complete Leviathan at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. The mission's cool. And for the final DLC mission to complete the Darkwater storyline, we have the mission 3-letter Triad. This takes place in an abandoned resort where criminals go to do illegal arms deals. And with reports of this activity, we are sent to stop a deal between ex-military and South American smugglers who are making a deal on some sort of chemical bomb. And honestly, this map is pretty huge and a little overwhelming in the beginning, but I did manage to learn the map and complete this mission within 5 tries. Also popping our final mission completion trophy for this DLC. The Margay, I think that's how you say it. Complete 3-letter Triad at C+ on standard difficulty or higher. If I would have died to that last guy, I would have been honestly so mad, but at least we did it and we got a B rating. With the hard difficulty completed, as well as completing the Ironman mode and also finishing the DLCs, it was time to get the S rank on every single mission in the game. In order to S rank missions in Ready or Not, it's very simple. You have to arrest every suspect and rescue every hostage, but also complete every soft objective in each mission. So we basically just have to go into each mission with nothing but non-lethal equipment. And just by judging what other people have said online, they consider getting S ranks to be one of the harder things on Ready or Not. But it really wasn't. And it's probably because I had the flash grenade launcher that is just really OP and makes everything just easy. But my overall experience on going for these S ranks on each mission was surprisingly easy. Sure, I had some missions where I needed to try a couple of times, but it was almost easier using non-lethal weapons than it was with lethal weapons. While I was going for the S ranks on all of the base game missions, I did go for the trophy The Emperor, which was for unlocking each character trait at least once, which are basically perks that you can unlock from squad mates. And after completing the 7th mission, we finally managed to get the trophy. Oh, the Emperor. Unlock each unique officer trait at least once. Okay, finally got that one that I was going for. And since this was just a pretty easy experience, I flew through all of the S ranks and unlocked 2 trophies for completing this. Let's go! Medal of Valor. Complete all base game missions at S on standard difficulty or higher. And we did get dressed to impress. Unlock all base game customization items. Let's go. I also went through and did all of the S ranks on the DLC missions, which was also incredibly easy. And at the end of the Home Invasion DLC, I popped 2 trophies. Oh, hidden and dangerous. Train all civilians and lawmaker without neutralizing any suspects on standard difficulty or higher. Okay, I guess that works. And then after the storm, complete all home invasion levels at S on standard difficulty or higher. And finally, after beating all of the Darkwater DLC missions at S rank, we got another trophy. From land to sea. Complete all Darkwater levels at S on standard difficulty or higher. Every mission is S ranked. Let's go. With everything else done and some of the harder challenges a part of the game complete, yes, grease palms, I am talking about you. It was time to clean up the trophy list. Now, unfortunately, at this time of making the video, the last 2 DLC trophies, From House to Home and Getting Your Sea Legs, are glitched and unobtainable, at least for me. These 2 trophies are basically miniature platinum trophies for beating the DLCs. But even with this being an issue, I still went out of my way to finish up the extra challenges in the DLCs, like going to the mission Narcos and completing the mission with only a pistol. Beat cop, let's go. We did do it. Complete Narcos using only lethal pistols but without using grenades or launchers on standard difficulty or higher, as well as completing all of the main objectives in the mission Dorms in under 5 minutes. Let's go. Melatonin. Complete all Dorms main objectives in 5 minutes on standard difficulty or higher. I thought that was going to take a lot longer, but we did it. I then made my way back onto the oil rig and got 2 long-ranged headshots. Oh, I got it. Big Shell Specialist. Now this next trophy just sucks. The trophy Sleeper Agent requires you to arrest or incapacitate 15 suspects within 15 seconds of each other. And this took me a lot of attempts. And over again, the idea of just running and gunning was not working at all. Mainly because of RNG. You really just had to get lucky that a huge group of 15 suspects would spawn close enough to you to continue the streak. But after struggling for long enough, I did some some research on the internet and found a great strategy from someone on YouTube. Basically, I cleared the entire mission with a non-lethal flash grenade launcher and had all of the suspects stuck in surrendering, while also having my teammates hold so they wouldn't arrest anyone. And once having everyone surrender and the mission practically cleared, I ordered the team to search and secure, which would have them all split up and arrest everyone while I was also doing the same. And finally, once we got our 15th suspect arrested, we managed to get this awful trophy. There we go, sleeper agent. Oh my god, finally. Wow, that trophy sucks. And with one of the more annoying DLC trophies done, I went back to the mission Leviathan and spotted myself on the helicopter camera. Smile, you're on camera. In any mission, see yourself on the helicopter camera feed. That would have been way more useful if I would have known that that was a thing when doing these missions. And then to finally wrap up the DLC miscellaneous trophies, I found an Easter egg that I don't understand myself. If you do, let me know down below in the comments. And boom. Justice uncovers depths. Ghost in the Cilium? That is a weird trophy name, but discovered the location of the secret MLO meeting room. And if you look in here, there's just a bunch of mannequins with like flowers on them. I don't really know what this is supposed to mean, but it's there. Now that the DLCs are finished, it was time to finish the cleanup of the base game so that we could finally secure our platinum trophy. I started this process by completing the last gadget related trophy by breaching 20 doors with the battering ram. Boom, here's Johnny. Reached 20 locked doors with the battering ram. Easy peasy. I then managed to pop 2 trophies at once, which basically just had me command my squad and do everything for me. Oh, the tactician. Complete a mission without using a weapon and only relying on deployables, tactical gear, and bash on standard difficulty or higher. And by the book. Complete a mission while only commanding your officers and not using anything from your loadout on standard difficulty or higher. And after being a lazy piece of shit, I went and got myself killed by a civilian. There we go, the fool. Be killed by a civilian. I then went back to the mission, A Lethal Obsession, and listened to all of the audio tapes to Crazy Guy Left around his home. Oh, there we go. Who is Peppa Sylvia? On A Lethal Obsession, play all of the audio tapes that can be found in the mission. I was now 6 trophies away from that magnificent platinum trophy. And 4 of these trophies consisted of me using certain loadouts for certain missions. So I started with one of the easier ones, which was the trophy Off Duty, which was for completing Thank You Come Again without any armor. Off Duty. Complete Thank You Come Again without armor and a helmet on standard difficulty or higher. Pretty easy to do, to be honest. Once I was done risking my life with no armor, I went back to Twisted Nerve and cleared the mission with the VPL, gas mask, and gas grenades. Toxic Fumes. Complete Twisted Nerve using only VPL 25, CS gas, gas mask, and bash on standard difficulty or higher. And then I went back to the last mission, Hide and Seek, and completed it with only a taser and flashbangs. Okay, the Hangman, sweet. Complete Hide and Seek using only a taser, flashbangs, and bash on standard difficulty or higher. I was on to my final loadout base trophy and was only 3 trophies away from my platinum trophy. But for whatever reason, the trophy Way Out West had to be an issue. The overall challenge around this trophy is simple. You have to complete Rust Belt with the 357 Magnum only. So I did that. Please tell me this is it. But no trophy popped. And once that happened, I knew that this was going to be a problem. I was so close to finally finishing this game, and I had to run into one of the most annoying things trophy hunters have to deal with: glitched trophies. And with me being who I am, I didn't let this slide. I was going to get this trophy. I went out of my way to attempt this trophy in many ways. After doing some research online and reading about other people's difficulties of obtaining this trophy, I tried completing it without night vision equipped. Nothing. I completed it without even opening a single door, basically just making my squad members do it for me. Nothing. I even took the stupid laser sight off of the damn revolver and got nothing. After countless attempts, and I'm not even exaggerating, even doing things like leaving my squad behind and clearing the tunnels myself, or even trying it in a multiplayer game, an idea hit me. Every time I had completed this mission, I was getting a B rating, and I wondered, what if I get a better rating? So that's what I did. Instead of going for a B rating, I was going for an A rating or higher. And after equipping all of my squad mates with non-lethal weapons and putting down a suspect here and there, we had done it. We completed the mission. Oh my god, I got it. Way out west. Complete Rust Belt using only the 357 Magnum as a weapon on standard difficulty or higher. Oh my god, that was a buggy mess. My theory worked. Holy shit. And all I had left to do was the easiest things imaginable. For the second to last trophy, I went to the evidence room and inspected some evidence that we had gathered from previous missions. What's in the box? Inspect any evidence item from the evidence locker in the headquarters, leaving me with the final trophy, Temperance, which I thought was the best way to end off this platinum trophy journey, especially after all the hard work we did in Los Sueños. So I drank not 1, not 2, and not even 3 cups of coffee. I drank 5 cups of coffee to pop our platinum trophy. There we go, Temperance. Drink 1 too many coffees. You were ready. I definitely was not ready, but that's for unlocking all of the trophies in the game. Sadly, we won't be able to get the full 100% because 2 of the DLCs are bugged, but we got the platinum. That's all that matters. If you guys enjoyed watching me unlock the platinum trophy for Ready or Not, be sure to leave this video a like and comment down below what your favorite part of the video was. And if you guys want to see me unlock more platinum trophies, click the top right of the screen. It'll take you to a playlist of all of the previous platinum trophies I've unlocked. And also be sure to subscribe if you're new and enjoy the content. Join my Discord as well as follow my Twitter. Both of those will be linked down below in the description. But with that being said, I'm out. Y'all have a good one, and deuces everybody.